Hi, welcome to my journey. Woo, I'm gonna tell you what. I did not give myself enough time to get on down there, so I am going to be late. I don't like being late. The fact that I'm going to be late kind of lets me know that this will be my last time. So hopefully I'll get like an extra ticket, because she gets extra tickets if you come at nighttime, and I won't get penalized for coming late. But I don't know. I was dragging. And I started dragging, before I realized I was dragging. I still have an opportunity to get there on time, right? Just depending on traffic. But I don't know how these people do it. They are chronically late. And maybe this is what they go through, right? They spend so much time, overthinking, what they got to do in between time, that they get caught up when it gets time to go, right? So, of course, I wash dishes. I started cooking some pinto beans, and then, I was hoeing and humming. Should I put the dog in the cage, or should I trust the dog to be out of her cage? And at the last minute, I decided to put her in the cage. Yeah, I did. I decided to put her in the cage, because she's not, when I'm there, the things that she gets into, nothing's been that serious. She doesn't stay outside too long. Even if she steps outside, she runs in, minutes afterwards. So yeah, she is in her cage. The reason why, I just felt like, I had to, start some pinto beans while I'm gone is because I was watching a whole bunch of cooking shows. And the cooking shows that I was watching, they were cooking, right? And of course, one of the dishes, had been this lady. She was canning pinto beans. And yesterday, I did make some high protein chicken Alfredo, and I brought some of that with me. And the container that I had put it in, the lid didn't want to stay on, so I had to transfer that dish. Because I'm going to tell you, whenever I eat like really high processed foods like bread, then I don't know, it triggers something in me. And what it triggers in me is eating a lot more, sugary stuff or things that can hit my bloodstream real fast. So I've been trying to combat that because, I had gotten some bread, from the senior center, and, I've been eating the bread here and there. While also trying to get back into, eating high protein stuff. And I thought I could trick myself yesterday, with the chicken Alfredo made with, the lentil noodles, which I went out here anyway. See, that's why I get reckless when I get in a rush. When I get in a rush, I get reckless. The light had turned red, and I didn't want to step on the brakes. And thankfully, it's like I broadcast to everybody, hey, look, I'm coming through, don't go. But we ain't gonna be doing that no more. That was really stupid. I'm tempted to tell Peyton that I'm gonna be a little bit late. A part of me wanted to just not go. Yeah. And I'm like, what the hell is this? Right? You're just not gonna show up. And then, I got to thinking about how, my senses, like the sense of smell and the sense of smell and the sense of taste are almost non-existent. When I had went to Sam's Club, the Euphoria is a really strong perfume. Right? Really, really strong. And I couldn't even smell it. I could not smell anything. And I don't know if God did that on purpose to let me know that, I need to start cleaning up the dog fur a little bit better. Because that's a possibility. For sure. Wash my dog more often. Comb her down. Because she definitely has put a lot more hair, into my environment, our environment, than I realized. Okay? And that may have triggered an allergic reaction. And it's definitely gonna have to be something I pay attention to now that I got 2 dogs. So yeah. And I'm like, look, with the loss of my sense of smell, I figured I had to wash my hair, because a lot of times, we're used to smelling our hair and we don't smell it. Just imagine if you can't smell it, right? I don't want to be down here, amongst a lot of people who might be like, dang, she's, And this is something that they will say about old people, right? They'll be like, dang, old people stink, right? And I was trying to figure out, why would they say old people stink, right? Well, it could be because old people lose their sense of smell. Or their sense of smell has definitely decreased. Then, I got preoccupied because I got some kind of pimple or something trying to grow here and it won't go away. Okay? And I was picking at that for about 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Then it started bleeding. So then I had to put a liquid Band-Aid on it. And these are the things that was happening that was making me later and later and later, to get to my destination of having to volunteer at the state fair. Okay? So I'm on my way. I'm supposed to be there in 15 minutes. There's a chance that I'll get at the gate on time. However, will I be on duty in time? No. So I'm thinking I might tell her. I might just tell Peyton I am running late. Let me see if I got her number saved. Hey Peyton, this is Cherie Amore. I am running a little bit late. I'm on my way and should be there just a few minutes late. Okay? Hey Peyton, this is Cherie Amore. I am running a little bit late. I'm on my way. Should be there just a few minutes late. Okay? Okay, so I text her using audio recording. I'm getting so tech savvy. And here's what gets me. A lot of times when I make precautions like this, I end up being on time. That's weird, huh? Nah, not really, but to me, it's weird. And I don't even know if Ted Peyton is going to be there. But at least I can say I sent a message. Now, if I had a different vehicle, I probably could have jumped on the freeway and got there on time. But I don't. So, I'm not going to jump on the freeway and burn up, my battery juice, and don't have enough to get home. It's 88 degrees outside, and it's 2 o'clock, 2:15 in the afternoon. Earlier when I first got in the car, I did have my air conditioner on high, but now I have it on low. And these are all different factors that can make, your battery life either drain real fast or not. And so you can't predict it. You just can't. I mean, you know how much you have, and you can kind of gauge, by looking at it periodically how much you have left. But if you got to get somewhere, the last thing you want to do is be stranded and have no idea, if there's, electrical charge station nearby. Or even if you can get to it. Because that takes me back to the time that, I had, taken a delivery order. I had enough juice to get there, but it was hot. It took me on the freeway, and and then there was supposed to have been a charge station. There were supposed to be 4 chargers at the charge station, and 2 of them were occupied and had reservations. One of them was broken, and the other one, I don't know what it was doing. It was slow charging. I mean, it was slow. So, and somebody had reserved it. While I was waiting for somebody to leave, I felt like I didn't have to reserve it because I was sitting right there. Yeah. So the person who had reserved it, they weren't even in the parking lot. They just reserved it for a specific time. And that blew me away. And I had to cancel the order. I was confused. Like, what the hell just happened, And then when I charged up, when I waited about an hour and finally charged up, like I said, it was slow charging, and it only gave me like 20% charge in an hour. I was like, what? Well, at least I had enough to get home. So I went on home. Confused and upset, because like I said, I don't know what was wrong with these charging stations, and I attribute it to it being on the south side, that they don't take care of shit, or they're so, I don't know, not in the right frame of mind. They end up breaking shit. And then there's a lot of situations that could happen where somebody, you know, even when I went down here to the Dallas airport, where the guy, you know, had reserved a charging station, then he spent 35 minutes trying to get money put on, you know, on his account. Yeah. Spent 35 minutes trying to put money onto his account. So, yeah, I ended up talking with him for a few minutes. He had a lot going on. So yeah, and I didn't want to eat the sandwich, right? I didn't want to eat the sandwich like I did last time, because I'm telling you, it was like it just triggered my carb addiction. And I didn't want that, you know, to happen, because, you know, I'm going to have to go back on, eventually I'm going to have to, you know, figure out a way to get past this barrier where I'm at on my weight loss journey. Okay? I don't want to lose the progress that I've made. But then, you know, I don't want to stay right here either, right where I'm at. I don't want to stay right where I'm at. So, hopefully, I mean, from the parking lot, it doesn't look like it's going to be a real busy day or evening. But I'm here, and it's 2:27. Okay? So I figured it out just about right. You know, I can get down here by 2:30 into the parking lot, but, you know, I'm normally a person that likes to be here about 15 minutes early, and then take my time, you know, getting in and going where I have to go. And when I don't give myself that extra 15 minutes to a half an hour, then, you know, I be stressing. been with people, you know, who don't give themselves the extra time, you know, and they don't stress. I don't know how they do it. I don't. But yeah, they got people showing up. They got people showing up. So I guess I'm going to be somewhat useful today. I just hate I broke a nail too. Yeah. So of course I feel like, you know, I put myself through this. You know, this was not something that I had to do. So then I'm beating myself up, you know, trying to figure out, you know, why do I put myself through these changes? Because there was no way that I had to do this. I didn't have to. And I was iffy. I was really iffy about doing another session of volunteering. And I don't know, maybe that's that, you know, it could be ADD, or it could be the fact that, you know, I'm a Gemini and I lose interest pretty quick. So I'm glad that, you know, I told her I was going to be a little late because I thought I'd be in the parking lot by 2:30. So I don't know what's considered late. If 15 minutes is considered late, 10 minutes considered late, half an hour is considered late. I don't know. And this could be, you know, my subconscious feeling that the volunteering hours should be like 3 hours. I mean, 5 hours is doable, no doubt. It's just, you know, and I can see how some people, you know, don't want to make multiple trips to get the maximum amount of hours in when they show up. I understand that. Oh, don't tell me they closed it all off. No, they didn't. There's still a space here to get in. think somebody was honking at me, trying to get me jump out there in the intersection and cause a crash. They crazy. They're crazy out their mind. Hi.
It is! Discovery Gardens.
Hey, you know what? She lucked out.
How did she luck out?
She didn't get none of them pass outs.
Oh, that's right. She didn't get you.
Her lucky day. You ought to buy lottery tickets tonight.
Yes,
Okay.
you should.
You'll probably win.
Okay. Thank you.
Put that on your dash where it can be seen.
Okay. I don't know what that is about. They told me I should buy a lottery ticket because I was lucky. You was lucky, girl. You was lucky. Okay, we're here. 5 minutes late. So, if I'm lucky today, buy a lottery ticket for today, would it be for today? Is there a lotto game on Sunday? I know nothing about lotto tickets or a scratch off. Huh? Oh shit, I brought both my phones in. Should have left it in the car. Damn it.